would always be someone that's a people pleaser, or that would try to dim my light to fit in, or to dress up a different way depending on where I was, and just constantly adapting myself. And we don't even realize we do it until we really are conscious of our choices. But until that point of really consciously choosing yourself, you don't even realize how much you try to fit in and it never feels right. So for me, it's still a learning curve. I still cut myself every now and then, not choosing myself and having to redirect myself on the right path. But I just want to say it's something I honor in you and I see in you as well.
Welcome, Nouna.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to share all about your book today. Could you tell us a little bit about your authenticity and action, what it's about and what inspired you to write it?
Yes, sure. I can even show you the cover. I've got it right here next to me.
That's beautiful. Today, I'm joined by the beautiful Nouna Chugg, a coach, guide, and newly published author whose work truly comes from the heart. What always stood out to me is not just the work she does, but the woman she is. Someone who holds space so gracefully for other women to explore, heal, and grow. In this conversation, we're diving into her journey of becoming an author and inspiration behind her book and the many hats she wears in empowering women to tune into their intuition, choose themselves, and live the life they dream of.
Authenticity and Action is a beautiful collection of stories from amazing women from all over the world who wanted to share their stories on being authentic and putting things into action in their life so that they really get to their dream, they really get away from their situation or whatever the goal.
That sounds like a powerful book. When women come together to share their stories, it can really make an impact for other women. And what do you hope readers will feel or take away after reading your book?
Well, when I started to write my chapter, my goal was really to give. I really wanted my chapter to be something useful. I wanted it to be a tool. I didn't want it to be just my story, but I wanted it to be all the tools and all the tips that I have learned along the way, and the things that I really have helped me along the way. I wanted to be a tool for other people to be able to use and be like, oh, that makes sense, or not, and that's okay as well. But I really wanted my chapter to give something to the readers.
I love that about you. For listeners, we connected through women's circles, and that is a big place in my heart, women's circles and events to connect women and really create that sisterhood. And it's that giving, and it feels so good to be able to help women on their journey. So I love that you've really just taken this one step further and added like another tool in your little kit to help women and support women. Could you share with us, you're a coach, you're now an author, what would be one practical ritual or a mindset tool, something that you can recommend for women, for mums or creatives to bring into their daily life?
I think the one I'll choose is actually the title of my chapter, which is called Choose You. Biggest tip I could give is to really choose yourself 100%, anytime, in any environment, with anyone, because it just transforms your life with everything aligning to who you really are. Authentically, when you start choosing yourself, that doesn't mean not having any more boundaries or not having any more respect for others. Obviously, there's limits to it, and there's limits to what we can do straight away. I could give one tip. It will be to, every time you have to make a decision, every time you have to make a choice, every time you do something, like it or not, is having that minute of thinking, am I really choosing myself here? Am I really listening to who I am fully and aligned? They really, if it says yes on the inside, then it's saying yes. And same if it says no, just setting up your boundaries, but really choosing yourself fully all the time.
Beautiful. That gave me goosebumps, because choosing me was really where it all started for me, and it changed my life. So yeah, I got goosebumps when you said that, because I love it and it just makes such a difference. So I love that that's your message. Could you share something from your chapter that you'd love to speak into?
I think basically I'm telling a little bit about my stories and all the signs that I had along the way to really start listening to myself and to choose myself. So I think most of it is a little bit of my story in there. And then there's a lot of advices and tips. And basically, I wrote Choose You as a shoe as well. So it's basically finding the right shoe for you, the shoe that fits the lifestyle that you want to live, the work that you want to do, the people you want to be surrounded with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like that. And your story is such a powerful thing to share because people can relate and say, me too. And that's where the magic happens, is when people can relate to each other.
Yeah, I guess we're all on a learning path in that way. I surely wasn't choosing myself at all for years and years. I would always be someone that's a people pleaser, or that would try to dim my light to fit in, or to dress up a different way depending on where I was, and just constantly adapting myself. And we don't even realize we do it until we really are conscious of our choices. But until that point of really consciously choosing yourself, you don't even realize how much you try to fit in and it never feels right. So for me, it's still a learning curve. I still cut myself every now and then, not choosing myself and having to redirect myself on the right path. But I just want to say it's something I honor in you and I see in you as well, because I know you've worked your path as well in choosing who you are. And all I can see is a very empowered, strong woman that choosing herself and choosing her path and showing that for her daughters and for your son as well. You got both. But I found that absolutely amazing, because the repercussion of choosing ourselves and really honoring who we are fully is humongous. It goes on the people around us, it goes on a generation before us and after us, and it is just not for us. It just have ripples all around us, and that's what I find beautiful. Is if there's one empowered woman, she empowers everyone around her, which is really magical. And I think that's one of the things you do so well. And for me, woman supporting women is the best things. So yeah, thank you for choosing yourself, and let's keep doing this. Let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep empowering each other and really lifting ourselves up.
Thank you for your kind words. I agree. Just so much magic happens when we step out of that. As women, we play so many roles that none of them make us happy. The martyr, who likes to play the martyr? Like, let's just make everyone else happy and always say yes to everyone. That's the people pleasing. I don't want people to be upset that I don't want to do this, so I'll just say yes. And we're filling everyone else's cups and we're burnt out. And so it leads to resentment. It leads to burnout. It leads to unhappiness, being unfulfilled. But when we make those shifts and then we start to choose ourselves, we have this feeling of, I am where I'm meant to be. I'm doing what I love, what lights me up, and your world does change. The people you surround yourself with changes. You're no longer with people who don't support you, because not everyone's coming on this journey with you, and that's something you'd need to be mindful of too. And also, it's a good thing if they want to come along the journey. You're creating that ripple effect, like you said, and it changes. But those of us who are on our journey with us, like our families or our loved ones, it has an impact on them. And those who are possibly toxic people, like my experience, we're happy to say goodbye to that. It leads to such a better life. And yeah, it all starts with choosing you, and all of the rest does flow. The authenticity, when you stand in your own power and you start to do what makes you happy, what fills your cup, the magic happens from there. So I think this is such a powerful message to share with women, because I've been there, me too, and I get it. So I think that this just needs to be shared.
That's my pleasure, especially as mum. I found that we have so much to do. There's so much other things to take in consideration first. And that's what we do, because we do it from the heart. But that means that our own priorities, our own goals, our own dreams, they're always on the bottom of the list of the day. And we rarely get to that. We rarely get to the point where we're like, oh, I actually have time for myself. I'm going to do this. It's always something else ahead of us. And we always keep on pushing that to later and not prioritizing it. But when we make these little changes, and like you say, just starting to choose yourself, it just makes such a big difference. Yeah, so that's probably the main tips that I have, is really, doing these little changes one at a time, to really aligning your life with who you are. I've seen a beautiful sentence of saying, like, being authentically you, like choosing you, doesn't mean that others will love you, but that means that you will love yourself. And I love that, because you'll never lose yourself anymore. You'll never have anything, any regrets or any disappointment, because you chose you love yourself, you're the priority, and it's so much more important than anything else. And the more happy we are as a mom or as a wife, as a partner, the happier our families are as well. It's not always working the other way, where we have to put everyone first and we're last. When we also feed our own cup and look after ourselves, then everyone else benefit from it, because we're a lot more patient, we're a lot more kind, we're a lot more able to do all these things that are tricky when our cup is full.
Absolutely. And like you said, a checklist. Like if you have a to-do list, women, it's that to-do list is always going to be there. We could write a million things on our to-do list. It doesn't have to all be done today. It can wait until tomorrow. So what's something on your to-do list that you can leave for tomorrow to make time for something for yourself? Because it'll still be there. The washing will still be there. Let's just stop, take a moment to pause, be in our feminine, out of our masculine, and just be and light ourselves up, because that's where the magic happens. Like you said, it's one little tweak in your daily routine to just do something for you. Can you share with listeners some of the challenges that you faced, or maybe what you did yourself in the writing and the publishing process?
Okay. Well, the whole process went really, really smoothly. The chapter was actually written pretty fast, because all these ideas and everything I want to share was already ready. So much to be expressed that I knew what I wanted to write about. I just did a quick meditation before starting my writing, and the shoe came up. So that was the big symbol for me, that it was all about choosing ourselves. And so yeah, it was actually a very, very easy and smooth process. I wrote it all in one go, and obviously had to do a big check on the spelling and grammar, because I'm terrible at it. But luckily there was some professional who could rewrite the book for me and make sure that everything is spelled properly.
I love that. That's where, look, that's the whole collaboration part, isn't it, too? Like you stay in your lane and do what you're good at, because while we wear all the hats, we can't be good at everything.
Exactly, yeah. And it's encouraging as well, if anyone who's listening feels like ever writing their story or their book or their chapter, please go for it, because it's such a beautiful legacy to leave for the people around you. But you don't have to be good at spelling or writing or anything like this. You just have to be authentic. And yeah, so it's very encouraging, and it's really accessible for everyone to really share their story. You don't have to be, you can be like me and be really, really bad at grammar and spelling, but still being able to have the help where you need it.
Beautiful. You mentioned meditation being something that is a powerful tool that you used. Any other powerful tools, any other tips that you'd like to share?
There's so many different ones, but just if I can point out on meditation as well, for me, I guess my meditation, it doesn't look like anyone else's meditation. It's just, I could never do it for long. For me, my meditation are like a few seconds long, a few minutes max. But yeah, so if you feel like you can't meditate, you can't sit down for hours because it's not you, that's okay as well. But take the time to do just very, very short ones as well. Just a few seconds is enough to take a deep breath, take one or two, and that's enough to start with. It never has to be very long or very good looking or anything like that. It can be just when you're struggling as a mom, or you're struggling with the bank, or things that are really getting on our nerves. Just take that few seconds, that few minutes to really take that deep breath in and just to recenter yourself, so you can make these great decisions based on who you are. Something else that I do that I absolutely love at the moment is I'm just trying to put myself in that manifestation energy. I really want to create so many things that I have created a big vision board, and I've got it right next to my bed, which means every morning when I wake up, I can look at it and straight away it gives me a big smile on my face, because I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, this is what I want to feel. This is what I want to experience in my life. These are the things that are really make me feel like thriving and enjoying every single day. And they don't have to be big dreams. They can be just very simple little things. Like it can just be waking up and being the best partner you can for your spouse, or being a little bit of a more patient mom, or enjoying having breakfast, or enjoying the chaos of your house being messy. Letting go of the guilt as well, because as we talked before about choosing ourselves and not putting us in a priority, and not always doing everything else for everyone, there's also a massive amount of guilt and shame that come with choosing ourselves. We are so disconnected from it that we feel guilty to just take a bath instead of cleaning up the house. We feel guilty for going for a massage instead of doing the food shopping. Or it's very hard for women and mom in general to not feel guilty. So that's part of it as well, is letting go of the guilt and really putting this as a priority. But having these reminders for me in my house, like a vision board or a notepad where I can write things down, they just really brings me back into that energy. And it's like I can't forget because it's in my face constantly.
I could resonate with a few things you said there. Firstly, my board is huge. Like, it's one of those ones that you have on wheels. And you can flip it over.
Oh,
and
yes.
So I have also my relationship commitment in there, where I will say different things for our relationship. And one of the things that I did for my relationship yesterday was I went on the boat with Aaron because he loves fishing. Made me so sick. And you can see from my eyes that my eyes are sunburned. They're red, and my face. But anyway, that it's that nice time that we get to spend away from the twins together, filling our cups. I emptied my cup and then into the ocean. But anyway, but it's still beautiful to be able to connect and have that time. And it is that reminder. Mine's in the hallway, so I walk past it every day, and I can stop whenever is convenient. I just on my way to the toilet, and I can pause for a moment and remind myself and read out my affirmations or whatever it is. I've got a bunch of things on there that just bring me back to me and just take that pause. And when you said about the guilt, I just want to remind mamas that, yeah, we do. It is guilt. Mum guilt is such a big thing. But when you reframe that and have a look at the benefits of taking that pause and taking the time to not do whatever it is that was on your list, or whatever it is that you thought was more important, rather than having the bath or whatever you really wanted to do or would have liked to do, all of the benefits of doing the washing. I mean, yay, people get clean washing. I'm sure there's washing there that could be worn. Like, I'm sure people have got washing. It'll still be there tomorrow. So there's not a whole lot of benefits there. But when you're filling your own cup and it's pouring into the rest of the family, then there's so many benefits there. It's so good for your mental health. It's so good for your family's mental health. And it brings you all connected together as a family because you're shining. Who doesn't want to be around someone who's shiny and just glowing and just like, what are you doing? I love, the person you're becoming. And I know I can spot a woman doing the work and she is lit up and happy. I want to surround myself with those kind of people. And if I look back to the mum that I was before, when I was going through a really hard time, yes, I was doing my best to be there for my family, but I certainly wasn't glowing, and I certainly wasn't as fun and have a love of life like I do now. I just feel like we're the same soul, but different women. Just, yeah, if that makes sense at all.
It does completely. And if you see it from your children's point of view as well, they won't remember the chaos. They won't remember how many loads of washing are waiting. They won't remember if there's dishes in the sink or if the bin is overflowing. They remember you. They remember how you felt. And
yes,
if we want to inspire them to live their best life, and that's what we want as a mom, we want them to thrive, to live the best life, then we have to show them the way as well. We can't be burning out and being tired and exhausted and wanting the best for them. That doesn't make sense. So if we want to inspire them to live the best life, to thrive, to go after the dreams, we have to do that too, because we say children don't listen, they watch. So,
Yes.
and I believe that's very true. They're going to see us. And I know even for me, just writing the books, it inspires my daughters so much, because they were like, oh, I've always dreamed of this, and I want to write a story as well when I grow up, and I want to do a book, and I want to do some stories, and I want to do another million things. It's just by shining our lights, it inspires them to do the same for themselves. And that's winning as a mom, when you can inspire them to be who they are. That's what we want as a mom. So it starts with ourselves as well, and we tend to forget that, because we feel like we have to control everything, and we forget that it starts with ourselves.
That's so special that you shared about your daughters. It's so magical to watch the transformation in their lives too, to open up their creative side and be inspired and passionate about things, and have that love for life. Because as children, they're so innocent and happy and love life, until the world beats them down into the little soldiers and the, society way. And if we can continue to encourage and inspire and keep that alive within them, then they're going to be happy humans, not just happy kids. They're going to grow into happy adults. And so, yeah, it's such an important role as mums that we have to really lead the way. So I love that you said that.
Yeah. So if you feel any guilt of choosing yourself, don't do it for you, do it for your kids. If that helps you putting it into action, remember that you're doing it for you, so your kids get inspired. Then you'll have the motivation and you'll let go of the guilt.
I love that you said that. I started my journey for them. I didn't think I needed to do anything on me. I was showing up the best I could, but I was like, something needs to change. This is not okay to keep living like this. And when I heard other women share their stories, my first reaction was like, my family needs this.
Yes.
I need this. And goddamn, I needed it. Oh, yes.
Yeah. I can completely relate to this as well. There was a point where I was always, tired and angry, and I'm thinking, wow, this is not the mom I want to be. I want to be the mom that laughs, that dances into chaos, that loves her body, that embraces everything that life throws at her. And that's the only way to do that, is by being authentic and really honoring who we are. So it is, to me, such a massive key that have ripples on every area of our life, that it's these two words of choose you, to me, are just so powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And it says it all, doesn't it? Choose you. Absolutely. Once you get it, you're just like, yeah, there's not going to be a time that I will go back and stop choosing me. Like, just, it's not a choice. It's not going to happen.
Exactly. And I do believe it's really the foundation for everything. I've done hundreds and hundreds of individual sessions, mostly with women, and every kind of trouble or trauma or tricky situation, no matter what it is, no matter in every directions that it was going, it always come back to the same thing of, I haven't chosen myself. I've done it because someone else will be happy, or because this is what my family wanted of me, or because I couldn't do a different way, or it's always come back to the same thing. And that's why I feel like it's so important, because it heals so many traumas in so many different areas of our lives. And for so many women that are completely different, with different background, that you realize it's the same key for everyone, but to use in your own life, in your own way, and in your own beauty as well.
Yeah, it's the same key. It just opens many different doors. So, yeah,
exactly.
Powerful. Can you share with everyone listening all the different ways that you work with clients?
Yeah, sure. So I do a lot of different things, because this is who I am. This is how I choose myself, is by doing a lot of different things. I can't do the same for very long. I love changing, and I love to be in lots of different places. So I do some workshops around Far North Queensland, mostly in Cairns at the moment. So I do have some Choose You workshops that are coming up at the early 2026. probably about February of 2026, I will start them. So there'll be some conferences, there'll be some workshops, and there'll be some individual sessions. I do those individual sessions as well, where I mix a little bit of life coaching, shamanic healings that I've learned when I lived in Mongolia a few years ago. Some clairaudience, clairvoyance. There's a lot of things mixed up together that comes beautifully to basically help others choosing themselves and really realign to losing confusion and just feeling empowered to make their choice and to live the life they dream of living. So mostly the both ways that I'm doing is workshops and individual sessions. I do lots of things on the side. I'm a doula, I'm a wedding celebrant. I do some public speaking as well. So lots of different ways, but I guess the sessions and the workshops are probably the one where I have the most contact with people.
Beautiful. And you have a special offering for people. Speaking of what you do, want to let people know what that is?
I do, yes. So yeah, as I was saying, from early next year, I'm starting to do this beautiful workshop on Choose You because it's so important, and I really want to share a lot more about that. So anyone that listens is more welcome to have a free spot. There will be some conferences if you want to come and just listen and talk and share ideas together. And there will be workshops. So there will be a few hour longs where you can really come as a group and do a bit of a deeper kind of healing and workshop on yourself. And there will be some individual sessions at the end of that. I'm going to plan to have it in Cairns and probably in Brisbane the following months. So if you're interested at all in joining any of these modalities, you're welcome to send me a message, mention Krystle's name and tell me that you listen to the podcast, and I'll offer you a free spot to whichever modality you prefer to be at.
Beautiful. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that and offering that to our viewers. That's so special. And do you have any other tips that you would like to share today?
Know yourself, and I think also like it takes practice as well. Just be patient, because I know most people that message come across is also responding in the way of I don't know what I want to do, I don't know what I dream of, I don't know anymore. And that's usually a sign that we've completely disconnected from who we truly are. And it takes time. It takes time to listen again and to be connected to our soul again and to hear the message from our soul. But if you have no idea, if you don't know what you want, it's okay as well. Just start very little. Just start with little choices. Even, you go to a restaurant, just listen to what you really want to eat. You talk to your friend, listen to if that makes sense for you, or you want to say yes or not. Just start by these little things and be like, okay, what do I really want for today or for tomorrow? So just starts very small, and then the more you practice, the better connection you have with your soul, and the clearer the message will come into what you really want to live in your life in the big picture. But if that big picture doesn't make sense just now, just start with one piece of the puzzle at a time.
I like that. Yes, absolutely. For sharing all of your wisdom, sharing your heart, your journey with us today. It's so special to connect with you, and it's been a while since we collaborated. I appreciate you coming and sharing with our listeners. And I hope that everyone can feel the purity of your intention and the depth of your work, because that is something that instantly when we connected, I could feel from you. So yeah, I love that. And I want to know if this conversation has resonated with you viewers. I encourage you to connect with Nouna and just explore the book, or her chapter from the book, and discover the beautiful spaces and that you create for women, and just the work that you do, and reach out and come home to yourself, because that's where all the magic is. And as always, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel very honored to be to be here and to connect with you. And I also just want to thank you for creating this beautiful podcast, because it is so needed. It is so important and so beautiful that I feel like whoever's listening to it is very blessed to have you allowing and creating these beautiful nuggets of magic every time you interview someone else and you do something for others. It's all about giving, so it's just beautiful. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. And where can people find you? Where are your platforms?
So I've got a website called www.nounachugg.com. So just my first name and last name, Nouna Chugg, Chugg. And I've got a Facebook page as well. If you put my name, Nouna Chugg, you will find me easily. I don't think there's anyone with the same crazy name. And same for Instagram. It's also just my name with a dot in the middle. So I'm very easy to reach out on social media. I'm not super active, but I answer to people for sure. I always answer no matter what. But yes, so they're the three: Facebook, Instagram, and probably my website are the best way to contact me.
I will put it all in the show notes below. But I love that you mentioned that you're the only one. Like in Instagram, there's another Krystle Rose. I had to put 555 in, which for me it makes sense because, angel numbers, transformation. I have 5 kids, like it made sense. But I was like trying to find, I'm like, why? I'm the only Krystle Rose. No, I'm not. Anyway.
Well, I guess my first name and last names, it's my husband's name, so it's there's not many Chuggs around and not many Nounas. So it's a bit of a weird combination. That is not many alike.
It's beautiful, and yes, you're my only Nouna.
I think you're my only Krystle Rose too. I don't know any other.
Okay, well, thank you for today. I will share everything below for people so they can go and check you out.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, beautiful souls. The Awaken Mumma podcast is a special place for us to grow, heal, and rise together, because you're never alone on this journey. I'd love to connect with you, so don't be shy. Please comment below your takeaways and let us build this empowered community. Remember to hit like, hit subscribe, and join me every Sunday at 2:22 Angel Numbers for more conversations to support your wellness, wholeness, and awakening. I'm truly grateful you're here.